श्रीनन्दनन्दना अभय चरणार विन्दरे शीत आतप बात परीक्षण ये दिन जामिनी जागिरे शीत आतप बात परीक्षण ये दिन जामिनी जागिरे विफले से विनु कृपणा दुर्जन विफले से विनु कृपणा दुर्जन चपल सुखल लागिरे चपल सुखल लागिरे भजहु रे मन श्रीनन्दनन्दना अभय चरणार विन्दरे इधन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इथे की आचे पर धीरे इधन यौवन पुत्र परिजन इथे की आचे पर धीरे कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल कमल दल जल जीवन तलमल भजहु हरिपद नीतिरे भजहु हरिपद नीतिरे भजहु रे मन श्रीनन्दनन्दना अभय चरणार विन्दरे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दास्य रे श्रवण कीर्तन स्मरण वंदन पाद सेवन दास्य रे पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन पूजन सखी जन आत्मनिवेदन गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे भजहु रे मन श्रीनन्दनन्दना अभय चरणार विन्दरे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे दुर्लभ मानव जन्म सत्संगे धरो ई भव सिंधु रे भजहु रे मन श्रीनन्दनन्दना अभय चरणार विन्दरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा माताजी मस्त मस्त धन्यवाद तुमका आता वॉइस क्लियर आहे की माताजी हरे कृष्णा भारी लायक जावन माताजीन सांगितलं असं आवा तंगेला श्री गणेश शनाई त्यांनी कृष्ण भावनामृतांतू माताजीक मस्त सपोर्ट करता असाची तुम्ही मस्त पण त्यांनी बामण बायला काय ऐकूनच का बामण मागशी तर कोण हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र सपोर्ट करता असता श्रेष्ठ महामणी कृष्ण प्रभुला विषय सनू एक क्लिप तुमका दाखवून देता की ತಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಸ ಕೆಲ್ಲಲ್ ಮನ್ ತನ್ಯತ್ ನಾಚಿ ಜಲೆ ತಂಗೆಲ್ ಪುತ್ತ ನಾ ಜೇವ್ಚ್ ಮಿತಿನ ತಂಗೆಲೆ ಸನುವೆ ಕ್ಲಿಪ್ ತುಮ್ ತಕೈತಾ
जय Jayanilo Premadana Koruna Prachu Jayanilo Premadana.
We used to visit Srinaji temple very regularly, every day, in the evenings. Patsati temple. It was in Patsati temple.
The same night we took Srivallabh to Kirpak temple and he met Guru Maharaj. Acharyapada used to call him there.
And from then on, it's a glorious days only. Every day was glorious. Initiation in Dubai, in Sharjah.
No, we were the first batch.
First to be initiated in Dubai.
Baroda Bank building. It is a huge building, so we used to invite everybody on Fridays. We started the 30 days Bhagavatam during Ramadan. 30 days, every year. 30 days it was a mela for us. On the morning preparation, everything. Then we used to take prasad. All will bring so much prasad, then distribution. The whole 30 days it was an enjoyment.
We had conducted Tamil Bhagavatam also during the Saddam Hussein day.
Iraq war.
Saddam Hussein, Iraq war. We have had fearful days, some days.
Abra. They both were sitting in the Abra. He opened his brief and then they saw all his papers. So they said, come down, come to the police station. They took him. Then Srivallabh came to me, Amma. Then I started crying. Srinaji is so merciful, so merciful.
Inspiration Sri Krishna and Prabhupada.
And see, Sita Devi.
And our original inspiration was, yes, Jayapataka and Sita Devi, and our inspiration was the Maharaj and his video. The Maharaj Swami and his video. All that because of the effort of Srivallabh. He used to be moving with everyone. Everyone, Tom, Dick and Harry. He has made my life blossom, I should tell you. He had made my life blossom. He had brought in so many people, so many people. That way, Nandu has been introduced to ISKCON from his birth. Sukumar, your Guru Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj has conquered even
South India. And
Srirangam.
Impossible. You will not allow,
Srirangam, they are very stubborn.
Very Paravaishnav there.
But now they have made a rath for him and put him on the rath and then taken around the Srirangam temple.
Very great. They don't approve.
Next to Ramanuja, this has happened.
Hare Krishna. Tangele ede glimpse palayla sa. त्या glimpse बाकीचे आमकां कंटिन्यू करूया. त्या कंटिन्यू करचे फुडें आमगे लोटू श्रीमती अश्विनी कामत माताजी जॉइन जाल्लेलो आसा. तांणी बेंगलोरांतून जॉइन जाल्लेलो आसा. तांगेले भजन मस्त भागवत पुराण कोंकणी तूं युट्यूबा लिंकांत आयकून आसका. प्रोग्राम साकर मस्त आयकून आसका. तांगेले मुखारविंदातून नेक्स्ट भजन आयकुया. ओवर टू यू अश्विनी माताजी.
Hare Krishna. Narottama Das Thakur tani rachita Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More bhajan manuka prayatna karta. श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरी। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरी। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारी। तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारी। पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार। पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार। मौसम पतित प्रभु ना पाइबे यार। मौसम पतित प्रभु ना पाइबे यार। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरी। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरी। हा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। हा हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी। कृपा बलोकन करो आमी बोरो दुखी। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरी। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई। दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई। तव कृपा बोले पहाय चैतन्य निताय। तव कृपा बोले पहाय चैतन्य निताय। हा हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ। हा हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ। भट्ट जुग श्री जीव प्रभु लोकनाथ। भट्ट जुग श्री जीव प्रभु Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo Mori Doya Karo Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Doya Karo Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Ramachandra Sangha Magi Narottama Das Ramachandra Sangha Magi Narottama Das Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo Mori Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsari Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo Mori Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo Mori Hare Krishna
हरे कृष्णा मस्त मस्त धन्यवाद अश्विनी कामत माताजी तुमका अति सुंदर जावनो या भजन म्हणलेलं का आज या सगळ्याला सांगील वारी डिस्ग्रेस महामणी कृष्ण प्रभू तंगेला सुपुत्र जावन आशिल्ला श्रीवल्लभ प्रभू आमगेलोटू जॉइन जाता आसाची हांव तावळ तुमका सानू एक ग्लिम्स दाखयलेलो आसा ताजे ग्लिम्स हांव कंटिन्यू करता आसा तुमका पळोवच खातीर सानू थोडे वेळो तंगेला आन्न कसं संगीला पुत्ताल विषय आणि प्रचारा विषय म्हणून
Better than Sparta families and Vaishnava families, they are adopting the culture. Very good. The whole ISKCON here in Dubai has been started with children. Even now, the elders are wondering about the success of ISKCON only because of the children's classes. Very important point. While I took the classes, while my son cooperated with me, my grandson will conduct the classes. Damodar Desh is now flourishing spiritually under the leadership, stewardship of Srivallabh and Nandakumar Das. Nandakumar Das is doing for the youth, and the youth program I saw that. Simply wonderful. Similarly, here the elders program in the Siddhi Hall, excellent. So both should grow, both should grow, both should grow. Sankirtan and the elders classes, all should. And we should invite Acharyas to come in, like how they are doing now. They should be coming more and more. Damodar Desh is protected by Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We are chanting only for the welfare of the state rulers. The state rulers, Sarve Jana Sukhinom Bhavantu, all of them should be prosperous. This is what we pray. So, our prayer affects them positively. Atirudram, Maharudram, yajnas have been conducted. We should conduct, we are having temples. ISKCON temples are built. So many ISKCON temples are built in America. Like that, they should give permission here. In India, I am now doing in a reduced manner. I am not blasting. I am not working to grow more and more. I am now in a compact manner with about 120 children. I am educating them in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita every day.
We are enjoying our retired life with the children, with the cows. As he puts it, Shishu in Chennai and Pashu in Tirunelveli.
I am talking about other devotees being helped. Srivallabh is able to help so many people by his contacts and all that. So one should, you are there not for yourself, you are there for being of some use to others.
Jugal Kishore and his wife.
They are helping our devotees. So a few of our devotees are working with them, working with Jugal Kishore. And so now the broad-mindedness of helping our devotees is come to stay. Helping our devotees has come to stay. And Srivallabh is able to do that in a more glorious manner. He is and you are now enjoying your work. The work that you are doing now is not for you. It is for Prabhupada and for Krishna. So like that, so all the people, that's why I told you, all the elders of Damodar Desh should divert their attention towards children further. For the children. So,
Hare Krishna. Ati sundar jaunu tangela annana tangel vishay sangilaski Srivallabh Prabhupada and Sitacharu Mataji. Jalari am tani join jalalas already platform antu. Jalari amgele duty as haji ki tangela gunagan korja amgele shuddhikarana katire. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam Prabhuji and Mataji.
Please accept our humble obeisances unto your lotus feet, Prabhu and Mataji.
Hare Krishna. As a matter of fact, we will just introduce you, even though the father has introduced very well through the video just now, which we played of 9 minutes. But it is our duty to glorify our Yatra leader and our Shiksha Gurus who has brought up in this platform. Just a few words. Prabhuji, with your permission. Hare Krishna. Mother Nature is so bountiful, but many of her precious treasures are often hidden deep. One such treasure of Damodar Desh Yatra, which is at Madhya Purvi Desh, is this family, His Grace Srivallabh Prabhuji and Her Grace Sitacharu Mataji, along with their 3 children, Sri Untitled Das, His Grace Chiranjeevi Shyam Das, and Sri Raghu Tilak, and the whole family. His Grace Srivallabh Prabhuji is a dynamic, vibrant leader of congregation in Damodar Desh for over 25 years and a part of ISKCON for over 40 years. Srivallabh Prabhu originally hails from a Brahmana family, being encouraged regularly to study Shastra, Shlokas and perform pujas. In 1992, Srivallabh Prabhu took initiation from Param Pujya Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, whom you all already met in this platform initially, was blessed us. Prabhuji, along with his parents, late His Grace Mahamani Krishna Prabhu and Her Grace Paripurna Radha Mataji, the founders of Dubai Krishna Consciousness Community, Damodar Desh Yatra. And professionally, His Grace Srivallabh Prabhu is a chartered accountant and also holds multiple positions globally, including Middle East emissary.
Behind every successful man is a woman. And they have proved this proverb. Her Grace Sitacharu Devidasi Mataji is the better half of Prabhu. She is a yoga instructor, and I learned this health heart from her. She is exemplary in each activity she does, be it cooking delicious prasadam, singing melodious kirtans, or beautifully presenting mesmerizing dances and drama. Sitacharu Mataji has been a great source of inspiration for all the Matajis in Damodar Desh Yatra by engaging and enthusing everyone in various types of services. She is also the overall charge of Balutsav activities, which was the gift of her father-in-law, His Grace Mahamani Krishna Prabhuji, to Krishna Consciousness Community of this region.
Both Srila Prabhuji and Sitacharu Mataji have played a significant role in this growth of this congregation. Especially many of them, the recent ones are the Expo 2020, which many of you would have heard worldwide, which was to a certain extent, probably we could get into it and taste the flavor of Krishna Bhavanamrit in certain parts of it. Since then, the community has expanded under his leadership in multifold and consists of almost 600 plus initiated devotees, around 70 youth, and 1,300 children registered for Balutsav classes, and around 200 ashram devotees, which is cultivated in labor camp. Now, let us welcome His Grace Srivallabh Prabhuji and Her Grace Sitacharu Mataji by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Over to you. Accept.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be requesting my wife to lead the kirtan. As we work on a laptop, sometimes if it is not unidirectional, the voice will not be heard. And that is why I've turned it to myself now. I'm going to turn it to my wife to request her to lead a kirtan. And then I also wanted to speak because Mataji rightly said, behind every successful man is a successful wife. But actually, there's also a saying to say, successful women only run after successful men. But then the point is, I'm really well supported, not just to do with my family activities and definitely my own personal sadhana. I'm inspired by the way she organizes her life every day. I may organize various aspects in the yatra, but she organizes herself in the day way better than I do. So as the topic is how to increase organizational skills to serve Krishna, I do look upon her skills also. And so I wanted her to speak first for a few minutes after her kirtan, and then I'll take on and talk about general organizational skills and how we can do things. So over to you, Sitacharu. It's better you.
Hare Krishna, am I audible? Yeah, okay. So we will be singing one song, a bhajan to start with, by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So let me sing the bhajan and just gradually explain and just have a small talk. Pardon me for any wrong, anything that could go a little this way, that way. Because I'm really grateful and very awestruck by the wonderful bhajan that was sung by the previous person. I don't know her personally, but she was beautifully, exhibiting very beautiful rendition.
Ashwini Kamath.
Ashwini Kamath, yeah. Yeah, thank you. That was amazing. It was so beautifully presented. So I'm really touched. Thank you. And by the blessings of our Vaishnava Acharyas, our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, and by my Guru Maharaj, I hope today we will have some understanding about Grihastha life, how we as husband and wife can support each other by advancing towards serving Krishna better and better together, like how a train can run in two rails properly with a great speed with the right engine. The engine is our guru, and a proper grahastha life is that both of us should move in the same speed, same direction. Then the train can reach its destination, isn't it? So like that, we are trying to bring in that kind of relationship where we shall move forward in serving Krishna. So I'll just start with a bhajan by our Acharya Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Ghai Gora Madhusware. So we will start.
Is the harmonium audible? Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gora Madhusware, Jai Gora Madhusware,
Jai Gora Madhusware, Jai Gora Madhusware,
Jai Gora Madhusware, Jai Gora Madhusware.
Kreta ko vaneta ko sada hari boleta ko.
Kreta boneta ko sada hari boleta ko.
Sukhe dukhe bolena ko madana hari naam bolo re.
Dukhe dukhe bolo na ko sadane hari naam bolo re.
Jai Gora Madhuswari. Jai Gora Madhuswari.
Jai Gora Madhusware. Jai Gora Madhusware.
Maya Jale Bata Atumi
Maya Jale Bata Achami Chekajalo.
Chekona Chekana Pe Radha Madhavam Bolo
Ekona Chaitanya Pe Radha Madhavana Bolo re.
Jai Gora Madhuswari. Jai Gora Madhuswari.
Jai Gora Madhuswari. Jai Gora
Mana Boliro Srisha Mataji Rishi
Ivana Harino Kesha Nabaji Nehishi Kesha
Bhagavata Purana Konkani.
Bhakti Vinodu Maresha Ek Madam Rati Madore.
Jai Gora Madhuswari. Jai Gora Madhuswari.
Jai Gora Madhusware. Jai Gora Madhusware.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Gora Madhuswari. Jai Gora Madhuswari.
Jai Gora Madhusware. Jai Gora Madhusware.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Jai Guru Madhuswari, Jai Guru
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and I'm really thankful to Muralidharan Charan Prabhu and Mataji, Savita Mataji, and also to the entire group for giving me an opportunity for talking a few words for engaging our life in the right direction, and that is by serving Krishna. And that is the right direction as propagated and witnessed and experienced by all the devotees and all the acharyas. So just let me try to read out the translation that is there in the song that we just sang. This song is sung by our Acharya, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in our Gaudiya Parampara lineage. So he has written many songs, and all the songs are just focused in begging. He's imploring the people to come on and engage their life and their senses in serving Krishna. So what is the qualification to serve Krishna? Maybe that is the question that we have in our, am I qualified? Is this the right time? What is the special time that I should really seriously think about Krishna? Here Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, doesn't matter whether you are a sannyasi, grihe tako, vane tako, sada hari bole tako. Doesn't matter whether you are a grahastha. So what? If you have children, if you are so busy in your other material affairs. But even if you are a sannyasi, it doesn't matter. So, but just sada hari bole tako. Do not forget to chant in the name of Hari. Doesn't matter what condition I should be. Should I chant the name of Hari only when I'm distressed? No. The song says, Suke dako bole na ko. Don't stop chanting, whether you are in any status, any kind of situation, whether in your happy mode or whether even in your sad mode. Usually when we are sad or distressed, we are always asking, God, please save me. But whenever we are happy, we never ask God, thank you so much. Or we forget even to thank God, isn't it? Only when we are in trouble, we start to look upon our higher power. Maybe this person can help me, isn't it? So Vadane Hari Naam Bolo Re. So just Vadane, your lips should always be engaged in chanting the name of Hari. Why? Why should I chant? Why should I always be chanting? Why should my lips be engaged in chanting? So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is just pointing out two things in the song. One first reason, Maya Jale Bada Hoye. Okay, so it's all Sanskrit words. If there are any Sanskrit speaking, please pardon me because my pronunciation is not right. I'm trying, okay, to be talking like a Bengali. So Maya Jale Bada Hoye. So this life is like a network where we get entangled in our busy lifestyle. To that extent, nowadays, the lifestyle is super busy that we even forget to eat, we forget to sleep. Why? We forget to rest. So much, it is so demanding that we don't get time even to speak to our own, family people, because we are so engaged in looking at our own gadgets, our own personal responsibilities. So we don't get that time. So it is like the fisherman casting the net and all the fishes are caught and are struggling in that net. And similarly, Maya Devi casts a net when we are struggling. So Maya Jale Bata Hoye. So this is where we are struggling. For in that struggle, we have to chant the name of Hari. And one more reason he points out, Jivana Hoilo Seshe na, okay, Jivana Hoilo Seshe. He says that your life may come to an end at any moment. So it could be looking, these two reasons could be looking very, very pessimistic, but that is the reality. That is the reality. We can't avoid that reality. So we are struggling and our life can come to an end at any moment of time. Recently, I heard a child who's just passed his 10th exam, goes out to buy something from a store and he never returns back. And he met with a serious accident and he lost his life. Isn't that so pitiful condition? We don't know how the life is so delicate and we make huge plans how to live a very happy life, trying to build a house for 2 crores. I'm pushing my husband for that and making huge plans according to that. And imagine life is so fragile. It is not bed of roses that we imagine to be. It's good to be very positive and affirmative about how to take that life, provided he says, okay, that na bajile rishi kesho, but if you don't chant that name of Hari, then it is just waste of time. You have forced your life fruitlessly. Acho miche kacha loe. So he says that life will become fruitless if you have not engaged your tongue, if you have not engaged your senses in chanting the name of Hari. So this is how Bhaktivinoda Thakur is pleading. He's just once relish that name of the holy name, the nectarian name of Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He's just not saying chant. He's saying, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Ekabar Nama Rasa, okay? That nectarian name, just relish it, no, just taste it, no. Don't be like the bee don't be like those people who are trying to relish the taste of honey by looking at the honey jar. Just dive in it, delve in it, and you should really purely taste the sweetness of honey. Why? Why is it so nectarian? Why is it so sweet? Because it is sung by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gai Gora Madhusware. So sweetly he's singing. Of course, what I sang was not that sweet, but Mahaprabhu singing is so sweetly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such a nectarian Maha Mantra Mahaprabhu is given, and therefore our Acharyas are also saying, Mahaprabhu is given that. So no matter what is the condition of your life, but do not forget to chant the name of Hari, because we are in a kind of a precarious situation. But one more thing, one important thing that you should know, that this is the only way, this is the human life is the only way that we are fully conscious that, how is it said here? It is said that Ekona Chetana Peye Vadana Hari Nam Bolure. Ekona Chetana, only in this human form of life, we have the capacity to understand the value of chanting the name of Rishikesha, the nectarian name. We love to enjoy it. You can't see that enjoyment in any other living living entities. So this is the only facility that we have, or the only opportunity that we have in this human form of life, to chant the name of Hari. So therefore, being we are all mainly grihasthas, so it is so important that we are engaged in chanting and doing a devotional service in the direction that is given by our acharyas. I would like to just say a small story, how suddenly our life becomes so toiled, entangled, like this story. There was once a Brahmana, a young boy, who wanted to read Bhagavad Gita. And he knew that staying in the city life is very terrible. So therefore, he decided to go to the forest to properly read Gita, so that he'll be able to improve his devotional lifestyle. So sometimes we see, sometimes the place and circumstances are not even helping us. So he took this Bhagavad Gita, went into the deep forest, and he decided that he is going to give that fullest time to read Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita. But the next day morning, he realized the Bhagavad Gita was torn, bitten into pieces. And he realized there are rats in that cave where he was residing. So the next day he could not read a few pages because the rat had bitten some pages of Bhagavad Gita. Then he decided, oh, how do I read Bhagavad Gita? Oh my God, I am tortured. I'm disturbed by these moving rats. What can I do? So he decided the best way to keep the rats away, what is it? The cat. So he decided, let me keep a cat so that the cats can engage, keep the rats away, and I can save my book and I can be thoroughly engaged in reading the Gita. Okay. So he decided to keep a cat. Okay. The problem was kind of solved, sort of solved, because the cat kept the rat away. But very soon the cat started to meow loudly. Meow. Why? Because the cat was hungry. So but now he decided, oh, my cat is hungry. Then the cat needs some milk. Okay. So better, if I need to supply everyday milk, then it's better to own a cow. Okay, so that will solve my problem. The cow will give the milk to the cat and the cat will shoo away the rat. Okay, the problem is kind of resolving. Okay, he's able to kind of solve. It was happening nicely, but very soon, no sooner did his happiness last longer, immediately the cow started to what happened? The cow was getting hungry. I have to feed the cow. It's just not the cow can give milk like that. So the cow needs to be fed to provide the milk to keep the cat happy, and the cat keeps the rat away, so that this Brahmana boy can read his Bhagavad Gita without any disturbance. So he said, oh, now if to keep the cow not hungry, then I should have somebody maid or somebody, but rather than the maid, it is better I get married to a girl so that she will take care of the cow and other chores and I can read Bhagavad Gita. So you all know what happens once the marriage takes place. I see some men on the thing. So he got married, and that is it. So this is what Maya Jale Bata Hoye, network of Maya. So it's not, I don't mean that the ladies create problem to the men, to the husbands, for it can be mutual. Okay. So I have to protect my ladies, I'm always conscious about that. I have to keep them very well protected, in the sense they are recognized, and I always make sure that we have that ability and the capacity to serve along with our husbands very well. So I'm protecting them. So once this is called entanglement. So instead of reading the Bhagavad Gita, he became so involved in taking care of the wife, the cow, the cat, the rat, and no Bhagavad Gita happened eventually. So this could happen in our life, where we can get entangled if our intention is very, very clear. So if our intention is not clear, then trying to progress in our spiritual life can be itself a big impediment. And this impediment can come through the family life, through many engagements, to many things. But somehow, if we try to rewire our mind, try to change the mind setting that our duty is to serve Krishna, and we love Krishna, then we have to importantly think that we love each other. So to build up this relationship, it's just not enough that I love Krishna, you love Krishna. But do we love each other to love Krishna? So this is very important, and that's why I see many of the marriages or grahastha life fails, because in our mood to establish our to serve Krishna, sometimes we even forget our family life, or we forsake the family life. So there is a beautiful chapter itself dedicated how a grahastha life should be. It is in the Canto 7, 14th chapter. That whole story beautifully Prabhupada, I mean, the whole chapter is describing very well, where we can take some points to improve our grahastha lifestyle, where we can jointly serve Krishna. Krishna should be the center of attraction, and we are all there. All our children are there. All our family members are there, and then we can effectively serve Krishna. So here, Narada was questioned by Yudhishthir Maharaj. He was asking that how can, as grahasthas, we will be able to advance in our spiritual life? How is that possible? And Narada says, my dear king, those who stay at home as householders must act to earn their livelihood. And instead of trying to enjoy the results of their work themselves, they should offer these results to Krishna Vasudeva. How to satisfy Vasudeva in this life can be perfectly understood through the association of great devotees of the Lord. So here, it is not only that we are engaged as couple to serve Krishna, but we have to have the right association to engage and encourage us, to motivate us, to inspire us to serve Krishna. So it is completely a teamwork. Together, everyone achieves many things. So this is how is possible. By just an individual person, we cannot easily achieve anything. Otherwise, our life will be just like a animal lifestyle. Okay, Ada, Ahara, Nidra, Bhayam, Maitunamcha. So what does Bhagavatam say? Shukadev Goswami says, Nidraya Hriyate Naktam Vyavayechana Bhavayaha Divacha Artaya Ihaya Rajan Kutumba Bharane Nava. The lifetime of envious householders. I really mean envious here, because envious is something that you are having a bad intention. Okay, we are always in a competitive mood. Okay, he has something, I should have more than him. He has Benz, then I should have Maserati. So this is how we are trying to compete with each other in an envious way. He passes his night either by sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the daytime in making money or maintaining family members. Like this, his lifestyle goes, forgetting about Krishna. So therefore, this 14th chapter of the 7th canto gives a various pointers how to see that we can engage ourselves in together as a family life, to engage in Krishna consciousness. There are so many things that we can do, but let us try to read from this idea. So the whole chapter is called Ideal Family Life. So I wish you can read that, but however, let me also try to read a few things from here. This chapter describes the occupational duties of the householder according to the time, country, and the performer. So these are the words that you have to seriously take it in your mind. Some things Shastra says something very seriously, and that should not be blindly employed by us, and we have to employ it accordingly to time, place, and circumstances, and to situations, and gradually you can see the transformation, the rewiring happening towards progression towards Krishna, and according to how our gurus and acharyas have asked us to serve Krishna. So when Yudhishthir Maharaj became very inquisitive, so he is asking, Maharaj is asking, oh my Lord Narada, great sage, please kindly explain how we as grahasthas, without knowledge of the goal of life, can easily attain liberation according to the instructions of the Vedas. So the purpose of human life is to what? To attain liberation. Liberation means what? To eternally serve Krishna and not to merge with the Lord, but to serve Krishna in his Goloka Dham. So this entire chapter beautifully reveals many lovely points that we can understand, and with the help of our grahastha devotees and with the association, with the guidance of our guru, we can employ them very well, so that very nicely we can happily serve Krishna. My Guru Maharaj said, even if you don't get as a family to serve Krishna together every day because of our situation, lifestyle, and probably the office, so many things do not work together, but at least one day, once a week, you should get together as a family together and serve the Lord by doing deity worship, reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, or discuss philosophy. And that is my instruction I want you to follow. And that that instruction was very, I took it so seriously. And every Saturday in my house, at least till 12 o'clock in the morning, nobody is given permission. Nobody is really, I'm very, very, very strong on all these points. Nobody is allowed to keep any engagements other than staying at home and taking care of the deities. So my sons and my daughter-in-law, my husband, all of us, we engage ourselves in cleaning the temple. So this gives a very good team effort, and that connection, that bonding really naturally happens. Otherwise, when we instruct our children, I'm sure all of you, when you say something to our children, definitely they will say no. Okay, they're always in denial. But whenever this happens, I mean, I'm talking very frankly and naturally, so that because this is the situation that is happening in our life, not that I'm trying to do something magic, but yeah, in denial. But I have seen over the years, sometimes we have to be a little forceful with our children, definitely, but gradually, not too harsh on them, because it will really repel them out of Krishna consciousness. Somehow by hook or crook, manage them, tell them you do this, do that, or maybe I'll make you a nice cake, or I'll buy you something nice, I'll make some nice prasadam. So somehow the children get engaged, and when they serve together, it is such an amazing experience. And today I can see, even if they go stay alone, or if they're away, they are managing also, they are also engaged. Their ideas all about chanting, serving Krishna, going to whichever part of the world they are in, they get engaged with the devotees, associate, and engage themselves in the service. So this is how we can kind of build that relationship, where together we, at least if not every day, at least once a week, will really help us to get that bonding, that natural, the true bonding, because Krishna is the center of our attraction. So therefore, as for the maintenance of the family, a grahastha, while earning, he requires for his what he requires for his living must be very, very cautious, and must not undergo extraordinary endeavor simply to accumulate money and unnecessary increase in material comforts. So doesn't mean that, oh, from tomorrow we are going to give up our bed and our sofa and mud house only. I mean, we have to employ these instructions very carefully, which means anything a little over endeavor is like a poison. So very gradually we can't say, oh, children, today Narada said that tomorrow Radhika, you're going to sleep only on the floor, no AC for you. It is not possible in this situation. That's why in the first line it is written, this chapter describes the occupational duties of the householder according to the time, country, and the performer. So we have to be very, very careful in such circumstances. So although grahastha should externally be very active in earning his livelihood, he should internally be situated as a fully self-realized person without attachment to material gains. His dealings with family members or friends should be performed simply to fulfill their purpose. Okay, one should not be extravagantly engaged in that way. Instructions from family members and society should be accepted superficially, but in essence, the grahastha should be engaged in occupational duties advised by the spiritual master and Shastra. So it doesn't mean that we go to office and try to be behaving like a sannyasi, or that is the time where we exhibit our high-tech devotee qualities. It should not be. We have to kind of merge with what is the situation in our office situations or in any social life. But even there, we have to stand out a little different to prove our point, prove our lifestyle is perfect. And definitely, I'm sure when we approach them with the right direction and in the right way, they will definitely reciprocate to us in the right way, and they respect what we are following. And this has been proven in my family also, and even in my community. They respect me. They know that I am, even the security here in our community, he respects us. Oh, Hare Krishna house, and he told my maid, can you ask the people and shy to ask them to give me Bhagavad Gita, because I want to read. Because this is the way we have to really kind of prove, superficially we can look like different, but internally our intention should be clear that we are like this, and people definitely will eventually respect us. So her grahastha should be very affectionate, even to the lower animals, birds and beasts, treating them exactly like their own children. So these are some nice pointers that I liked. Okay, so yes, we have to be very, very conscious with all the people that whom we are dealing with. So one should not be eager to earn more money simply for sensual pleasure. So the most important point where many people really mistake is a grahastha should always remember that one is endeavoring to accumulate money than necessary to be considered a thief and punishable. Okay, so another important point is the more when we get engaged in spiritual life doesn't mean that we have to that doesn't mean we will lose respect or attachment to our spouse or family members. We have to, that attachment should not be misconstrued as sensual attachment. When the acharyas and the scriptures talk that when we increase our activities to serve Krishna better, we have to, it automatically reduces our sense gratification in terms of relationship with our family members, especially with our spouses. So together, it increases. When we serve together, it increases both our attachments together, because our only motive is to serve and please Krishna, and it works very well, and it is really moving very well. So every day I ensure that at least one part or one segment of my life should be perfect, and it will not change any day, whether it is a Saturday or a Sunday or a late night. I will not change it, whichever part of the world I am in. That from morning, that I'm not a very, very early riser like that Brahma Muhurta type, but I get up pakka sharp at 5 o'clock, between 5, and from 5 to 9 I won't look at my phone, okay, unless I finish my chanting and my prayers, and of course, as Saki Charan said, my yoga. I don't want to see those phone, which is kind of an enemy to me in the morning, and for me such a bad nature. Somebody else also sees their phones, I feel they're wasting their time, especially when I see Srivallabh. The minute he sees the phone, oh God, his transmitters are spread everywhere, and because people are waiting to connect with him, to ask this, to ask that, to do this, and that's it, so I always tell him, please, no more changes. Okay, so this is the way that I kind to say at least one segment of the day should be specifically fixed for Krishna. Then you can do anything, adjust other things, but this part you can try, maybe not in the morning, maybe in the evening. It can help us to regulate our lifestyle and perfect it, and help in further progression to serve Krishna. And I hope my speech wasn't confusing everywhere, and it made some sense to what I was trying to convey, that it's better to keep a very regulated way or pattern of lifestyle, not too stringent. Sometimes you have to really sort of mold it to cater to the needs and expectations of our relations or people or satsang. It can happen, but it's okay. But come back to it so that it helps. So as everybody knows this mostly, everybody keeps an alarm to wake up in the morning, but I keep an alarm to sleep. Okay, 9:30 my alarm rings and I go to bed. I have to retire. There is no choice there is no change in my lifestyle. So therefore, I'm always very conscious. Whenever you have a satsang or anything, I will have my prasadam and I leave home by 9 o'clock, because 9:30 my alarm will ring. So this way, I'm trying to keep myself very, very rigid, because it helps me throughout the day, and probably it can resonate with you. I don't want you to be so strong, but sometimes some strictness within you, some meticulousness within you can help you to progress if you are seeking to improve your spiritual life. It has helped me, maybe it will help you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I hope it made some sense. Sorry if I've overly spoken or over time. Excuse me for my frank thoughts and opinions. I'm just trying to speak and reflect from what the scriptures and my guru husband has said. I'm trying to follow their footsteps, and by the association of wonderful friends like Muridhar Charan Prabhu and Sakki Charan, they're all fantastic people. I can't just describe with simple words called fantastic couple they are. And we've had lovely times and fun times, more than spiritual time. I think I've had more fun time. We've just related to ourselves like brother and sisters. And we are just a family, and we are including more and more and members into our family, and we are looking forward to see you all within our family. Though our languages differ, but our thought is same. Our mood is safe to serve Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Over to my husband.
Hare Krishna. So I think my wife has spoken it all. I don't have anything to say. She sang the bhajan, she spoke about the bhajan, she spoke about timing, and she talked about how wonderfully she manages her time too. So having heard that, I really respect her for that particular aspect of it. And definitely we will all be sitting in the hall, in the living room. The boys would have just come, the meeting would have just begun. We want to do some discussion, charcha. 9:30, her alarm will ring. She will get up and say, okay, I need to move. And then we need to say, no, Ma, you have to sit down today, 15 more minutes. Sometimes we manage to hold her. So when we talk of time management, it starts not from when you wake up, it starts from when you go to sleep. The first point is how you plan your next day is how you plan from when you start and when you close the previous day. So it's very important. If you have to wake up early in the morning, we have to ensure that we sleep in the night. Generally, we all have this Rakshasa Swabhav in this part of the world, that we just go on and on. I have very much a Rakshasa Swabhav right from the childhood days. Even my education used to be, I used to study right through the night, have a 15-minute nap, do Mangal Aarti, go write my exam, come back and sleep. That used to be my mentality. But anyway, there are different peoples who are different Swabhavas. But the fact is, Srila Prabhupada has taught us how wonderfully it is important that we have a disciplined life. And we first start with when we close the previous day. So more and more, now that, the COVID period, we all could not meet for meeting and gathering personally. It was good for various reasons. Why it was good? We all lost weight. We didn't go to restaurants. We didn't go here and there and eat, a lot of things that you didn't want to eat just merely because others are pushing it down your throat. The fact is, now that we have begun, I notice sometimes we have a satsang and the satsang goes, and Dubai can never start a satsang at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock because many people still work. So we start satsang at 8, we finish at 10, you eat by 11, come home and sleep by 12. That's impossible. That should never happen. And I think the new rule that I'm trying to do is this. If you have to feed dinner prasadam, because as a host you want to feed dinner prasadam, make sure you serve prasadam before the program begins. Don't worry if somebody sleeps after eating. But if somebody has to serve prasadam only after the program, then it should be restricted to a soup and a salad and nothing more, right? That's the rule that I'm going to make henceforth in Damodar. If it's night, after 9:30, 10, nothing else shall be served except soup and salad. Now, I tell you that soup and salad is extremely nourishing, good to have in the night. And we all have problems, ulcers, time management, body management, health management. Today I heard Srila Prabhupada saying, the body is to serve Krishna. Therefore, it is our duty to take care of the body. We don't need to over take care of the body. We have to take care of the body sufficiently so that we can serve Krishna. So from that angle, it is very, very important that we have regulated lives. Disciple means discipline, that we start with sleeping on time. We start with eating on time, eating the right quantity, eating the right items, properly offered, no doubt about that. And make sure that the night meals are always light and less. I respect the Britishers and the Westerners for that, because they finish with a supper and they don't go like our Sindhi brothers who eat at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the night. So we need to be very careful how we deal with our lives. Let's not do it in a young age, even though it may be satsang, oh Prabhu, kirtans, aurtara, and then eat at 11 o'clock. And then you sleep just having eaten. You're going to have all the problems in your life when you come to 45, 50, 55. So that's the first stage. So organize your life. We are talking about how to organize a personal life. Srila Prabhupada has given so much of guidance on it. And so beautifully, he has set this morning program all over the world. And that morning program, before you go to the office, as much as we can confine ourselves, as my wife says, without the mobile. That's a big struggle for me, because I need to immediately, quickly see who has written what to me and respond. So, and then I every day get into a small battle with my wife on that particular point. But then I think, every house we will have different situations. But actually, it's best to have a nice walk in the morning, as Srila Prabhupada taught us. Srila Prabhupada also, the morning hours, you can imagine. We sometimes travel from one place to another and we just are knocked out for days. You come back from US, you're knocked out for days together with the jet lag. But imagine Srila Prabhupada at the age of 70, 75, and even larger, was traveling all around the world. But wherever he went, he never ever slept. Today, say, I just had a night flight. And so today, no Mangala program. No way. He was up and he was out in the sun walking. And people say the circadian clock that there within our minds and the body, okay, that adjusts based on the sunlight. So if you go out and walk, then the sun immediately adjusts your timeline in such a way that you're able to work. And Srila Prabhupada did that. Wherever he went, he had his early morning walk without fail. And I think it's very important. In that particular early morning walk, chanting in the morning, sitting and chanting for some time, walking and chanting, why not if you feel sleepy, around the Tulsi Maharani. And the morning program, if we stress the morning program and we do it nicely, the rest of the day is bound to be well performed by the mercy of Guru, Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya. So, without going too much into the personal life and how we organize, and definitely my wife also alluded to the point, and we always say a family that does arti together stays together, that prays together stays together. It's very important that we bring that across every member of the family. And there's no fun and there's not much you can achieve if just one member of the family is Krishna conscious. So it's prayer. It may not happen in all the cases sometimes, but it's a prayer that we are able to bring the family together to be serving Krishna. And I think we need to, as you know, Krishna says, we have to lead by example. So if we are perfect, then yadyad acharati shrestha tattadeva itero janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tadanuvartate. So if we are good, perfect, I'm not saying we are perfect, say, oh, I'm perfect. No, I'm saying if we do our activities and sadhana well and perfectly as enunciated by the scriptures and by our gurus, then sometimes if you're newly married, your wife automatically follows. If your children, they see and they automatically follow. You don't need to call and tell others, do this and do that. By you doing things, people will automatically follow. In the congregation, if there's some seva required, you get on, roll up your sleeve, as they say, and put your hands in and do the seva. As others are seeing, they will say, oh, Srivallabh Prabhu is doing it. Why not I do it? I can take it on. I can do that and support him, right? So you get on and do it, and the others will follow suit. You don't have to call others, hey, come here, do this and do that. Okay, see, these are some very important aspects in how we deal with various aspects, even within the office. Huh? And definitely, I'm not getting into overall relationship topics at this particular stage. My wife did talk about, the need for recognition, the need for praising. Even within a family life, there's a need to thank each other and, glorify each other. And of course, in all humility and with truth, not artificially glorifying, externally glorifying, but internally burning. So we need to be careful about how we handle those things. Now, moving on, I would like to just quickly jump on to the topic of organizing and doing things for Krishna. Now, one is taking care of your own personal life and sadhana. And Srila Prabhupada said, in our life, the big things come first. Like we always say when we talk about example, you have a big pot and you have various things to be filled in. You have sand, you have small pebbles, you have big pebbles, and you have big stones. What do you put in first is the question. And many times you give it to children, they'll put different things in different orders. You put the sand first, the small pebbles later, and then you put the big ones later. The prioritization, if they are not right, then what happens? Most of the big ones will never fit into the pot. But if you put the big ones, the most important part of life, first into the pot, then the pebbles will sneak in and the sand will sneak in and every aspect of life will be perfect. And I think that's a good example for organizing our life. What's the big one? What is the big stone? The big stones are chanting. The big stones are reading from Shastra. The big stones are serving Guru, Krishna. And once you do that, the smaller stones, yes, prasadam. The first smaller stones, yes, family life, entertainment, being together, mingling together, all that is required. It's a package deal. As long as you have the body, you need to know how to work together with the family and serve. And you can't just be either, we say niyamagraha, too much controlled or too much out of control. You have to be pretty balanced in life. And unless we give the necessary time for each other within family, none of the family will in the long term will work. It can go on for some time, but then you will see that there is a problem. And even if you as husband and wife have pulled on without giving enough time to the family, because in that young age, but the children are watching. And one day the children, when they grow up, they'll say, you went after Krishna, 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 you never took care of me. And I've seen so many people complaining that. So we need to be very careful that we give the necessary time, that the time that's due to the family for some nonsense time. Those who diet, we have some cheat days. So, there are some things that you can relax as long as going out of the four regs. But, just move on and see how to be together, have fun time. But what is the most important aspect of your day, do that properly. Now, coming to organizing, again, after we have taken care of our personal lives and see what's important, a very, very important service that's given, especially in terms of leadership. And for everybody else who are already not leaders, and all of us as devotees, we are leaders because Krishna wants us to be. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to be. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yare deka tare kaha Krishnopadesh, Amaragya Guru Hana Tare Desh. So everybody who's taken Diksha, initiation does not mean you just sit and you are just somebody who's, sitting and doing things by yourself as a Bhajananandi. No, we want everybody. That's the uniqueness of ISKCON. You take Diksha within the Sampradaya, you have a prime responsibility to take this matter and spread this message, which means you are being empowered to become leaders. You have to become a leader. And that is very important. And with that view, you may not be a leader today, but you have to think that you need to become a leader. And a leader does not mean a person who controls. Some people want to become leader only because they think they're able to control so many people. They get so many names. Everybody quotes your name and everybody is glorifying you. That's not a leader. A leader does not expect these glorifications. A leader, as we put in the Bhakti Vriksha nomenclature, is called a servant leader. Dasa dasa anudas. A real leader is one who is a real das, who understands that Jivera Swarupa hoy Nityera Krishna das. I'm not only Krishna das, I'm also a das of the Vaishnavas. Aham Bhakta Paradino, he Aswatantra Ivadvija. Sadhubir Grastha Hridayo, Bhaktehi Bhakta Janapriyaha, Srimad Bhagavatam says. So it's very important that we just don't think that, I'm a servant of Krishna. No, I am a servant. Tumito Thakur, Ami Kukur. The Shastra, Sarvasya Tumar, is a beautiful song. You see that it says, oh Lord, you are the Lord of everyone. And who am I? Ami Kukur. He is Thakur and I'm Kukur. What is a Kukur? I'm a dog. You are God and I'm dog. That's the exact difference here. Why am I dog? I want to be disciplined. I want to follow you. That song and the translation of that song is very beautiful. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's writings are amazing. We all should learn all these songs. And this song, if you go back and see, Sarvasya Tomar, you'll understand very, very beautiful. The meaning is very, very nice. Oh, like how the master has chained the dog. I'm like that. The chain is also there of the Kantimala. And then as how the dog is constantly waiting to see when the master will look towards. Similarly, I am constantly trying to look at you and serve you. At the call, beck and call, even when you are taking rest, I'm here to serve you. That should be the mentality. So, I don't know why I went there. The point that I wanted to make here is we are all here to serve. And as leaders, we are servants. We have to recognize that we are servants. We are not leaders, to demand help and personal seva for any aspect for myself, for my family, for my house. When it comes to God brothers and new devotees, we need to be very careful how we deal with them. Sometimes as leaders, all of them will be ready to come and serve us. But we need to be careful as to where we should draw a line, where we should not overdo, because once you start doing that, it'll start hitting your head, because people are ready to give life to you, but you should know how that should not hit you and make you headstrong in such a way that you will begin to fall. So a leader is required to lead from the front as a servant and teach people how to serve, and how the common populace are the target, and as to how we want to reach them to connect them to Krishna. But we are servants to we are at the lowest rung, though we may be the leader. we are serving our guru's instructions and serving. And then you have a whole bunch of team of devotees who are helping in various ways. And then you have a whole bunch of other congregations or bhakti vrikshas. And then you have the common populace that we all need to serve. We need to look towards and serve everybody. Now, a festival or whatever, whatever we have learned in our life, whatever we learn as training sessions in our office, we need to be, learning from all of those. Though Bhagavad Gita gives everything to us, Srimad Bhagavatam gives everything to us. But even in the normal day-to-day life, if we are learning anything in our office, we are learning anything with regards to, courses that we do in the office, the way we function professionally in the office, we need to try. And we can use some of those techniques as much as we can here, but in a better way, because there it is used to subjugate the subordinate. Here we are using it to build the leadership in every single soul that we are connecting to Krishna. So it is more important that we organize work as a team, not as a loner. We take inputs from so many others. We now also keep in mind that here it's a transient place. Though Bhagavad Gita says the whole, view that we should have is dukkhalem ashashvatam, this material world, is dukkhalem, place of misery and temporary. But we think it's forever. We think we are here forever. But those of us who are in the Middle East, we know that our presence here is also temporary. Even sometimes those in India may think I'm there forever in that place. But in this part of the world, we know we are temporary. We are here for maybe another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Some of us may come and go after retirement, but there is a time for retirement and we would possibly move out. So it is very important that we look at that aspect, serve as much as we can while we are here, learn as much as we can while we are here. And when we get in all these qualities, and it's also important, the reason why I brought that in is it's important as us as leaders to try and give that complete leadership training to every member here, because every member who leaves here and goes to his village or in his town, all over, may it be India, Bangladesh, Nepal, wherever it may be, they should be able to self-start a whole congregation. So as leaders, it is important that we teach these leadership skills across how we handle. And Srila Prabhupada was the best of the leader. A one-man show, he went all alone at the age of 70 to America in a complete alien place. And he taught them every aspect of life. He taught them how to wear a dhoti. He taught them how to wear tilak. He taught them how to cook. He taught them how to make sweets. He taught them how to organize festivals, how to do puja, how to do arati, how to sing a bhajan, how to play the mridanga, how to play the harmonium. Just imagine, he taught every single aspect to every devotee. And he also taught how to manage by forming this wonderful GBC and how the GBC would meet, how the GBC will keep records, how they will all collectively manage the various parts of the world, and their main focus would be on pleasing Krishna and Guru. So that's very, very important. Krishna says, Kalosmi aham. He is time. And therefore, time is very, very important. And as leaders and as managers and those who want to organize ourselves, we need to know that we should not waste and while away time. Time is very important. And with every rising and the setting of the sun, life is being depleted. And therefore, we have to do activities as quickly as we can in the right way and use every moment of ours in service of Krishna. Ayur harati vai pumsam udhyannastancha yannasau tasyarte et shanonitaha uttama shloka vartaya. Ayur harati vai pumsam. Okay, for human beings, our life is being depleted by every udhyan astham, with every rising and the setting of the sun. Therefore, we have to value. Tasyarte. Therefore, yat shanonitaha, without wasting a moment, uttama shloka vartaya. We have to chant. We have to encourage others in chanting and engage others in chanting and serving Guru, Gaura, and Krishna. So that's a prime activity as to how we can put it all into place. And I also want to say that the ability, now if we have to be organized, if we have to be leaders, we need ability. We may think not everybody can be a leader. Leaders are born. No, it's not that leaders are born. I've seen it in my lifetime being within ISKCON. I've seen devotees who are just from very, very, very ordinary labor class background, who have become devotees, who have grown and who have held important positions And Srila Prabhupada's movement, Srila Prabhupada picked all of these young boys and girls from the USA, from various parts. And, not all of them were leaders, not all of them were from big families, but merely by the association of Srila Prabhupada and how he inculcated discipline in them, they all became leaders to an extent that today we are worshipping them as our gurus, and we are looking forward to who they are and how to serve them, and we see the good qualities in them. Yes, as devotees, we are trained through how to see good qualities in everybody, right? That's one important thing. We are not internal auditors who constantly keep thinking about the negatives. To some extent, yes, you can, as leaders, you may want to see what are the issues so that you handle things with care. You can't be naive in such a way that you think everybody is good and somebody does something nonsense. So we need to be careful that we are watchful, but broadly, we should look at the good qualities and we should tell them about their good qualities and encourage them in the way they can serve Krishna. So that encouragement is enough. And Srila Prabhupada has always said that, I'm not able to use the exact phrase, but he has said, lazy intelligent. The real intelligent devotee is one who is called lazy intelligent. What does he do? He's intelligent, but he is not the one who is doing every activity in the congregation. There was a time, I have to tell you, there was a time, if I just take about myself, there was a time when the congregation was just being founded. My father was good enough at the beginning to say Srivallabh, Srivallabh a few times, but actually he was the main preacher, and my mother and me were the front runners in terms of the organizational aspects. But there used to be a time when I used to be doing everything in the congregation, calling people, fixing a program, fixing a venue, organizing, who are the people who need to come in, visitors who are coming in, carry books to the program, sell books, print books, make song books, sing the bhajan, play the mardanga. I have played every particular role, and that was a particular time in the olden days when the congregation was small, people had to be brought in. But once we started doing it, I started getting, as people saw me carrying books and bags of books to the Gurudwara and the Sindhi hall, week after week, carrying things and doing things, slowly each team said, okay, Prabhu, I will do it. And they started taking it. Now, I don't have to worry about all of those aspects because there are different devotees who take care of different things. Where they need to quickly consult me, they connect with me, but they have all the independence. That's what Srila Prabhupada has taught us. Srila Prabhupada has taught us, and all of us should learn how to do it. Yes, to be able to know every aspect of different sevas, you should do it sometime or the other. You're just coming as a leader and then you don't know anything about what is the real workload and what is the intricacies of the work involved, then you are not a good leader because you're not able to appreciate the work that goes in there. But once as a leader, you've done all the basic things and you've grown, then you're able to see how important it is, and you value every person who does things. And, everyone is doing not for you, they're doing it for Krishna, they're doing it for Guru. And therefore, from that angle, it is not that, oh, now all of them are doing it and I'm the boss again. That conception should not be there. They're all doing for Krishna, and we're very happy that they've taken it to do for Krishna. I just take the case of Muralidhar Charan Prabhu. He now runs our program in Rasal Kema called Raksha. In addition, he's ever here in Damodar Desh because every Sunday I almost see him here. And every festival he's there thinking of the book table, thinking of this. And now I don't think I have any day told him, thank you, sorry for me for that. But my assumption also is that you know very well that you're doing it for Krishna. You're doing it for the congregation, and definitely by heart I'm thanking you, and I thank every one of you to do it. I may have to also vocally thank you, but the point is everybody knows how they are well connected in serving Krishna, and these are opportunities for them to take on from small to big. He was part of our congregation here in Dubai. Now he's gone on, he's got his well-trained mentoring, and then he goes there and he does such a wonderful job that he does such a beautiful report at the end of every month and sends to say which week, what sessions were held, who were there, what happened. And so wonderful. He's an organized person. He's a leader. He is very organized. He should be giving this lecture more than me because I'm not that organized as he is. But the fact is, we all have our qualities. We all have our organizational skills. And we should all use all these organizational skills in the service of Guru, Gaura, and Krishna. And that's what we need to learn. You learn from the normal materialists, from the office and professional way of doing things, project management. Why not? Use it all in service of Krishna, no problem. But Srila Prabhupada has given it all. Our Gurudev has given it all. if I just take a couple of lessons from my Guru Maharaj, he has been super organized. Why is super organized? In spite of all his health difficulties, he is there every day giving darshans and giving classes at different places in different times. Every day you get into YouTube, you see him live giving this class, and that's something that he continuously does. And similarly, you'll see that quality in so many other acharyas that Srila Prabhupada has trained, that it is so wonderful to see them all so well organized and, reaching out to people. That is all that we need to do. Ultimately, Krishna gives Paurusham. Krishna Rasoham Apsukaunteya, Prabhasmi Shashi Shuryaho, Prabhavaha, Prabhasmi Shashi Shuryaho, Ke Paurusham Rishu, Sabda Ke Paurusham. What is Paurusha? Paurusha is the ability in man to be organized. You need the ability. And that Paurusha, ability in man, is given by Krishna. Krishna says, Rasoham Apsukaunteya, Prabhasmi. He gives the light to Shashi and Surya. And then he says, Pranavaha Sarva Vedeshu, Shabda Ke Paurusham Rishu. Paurusham, the ability in man, the leadership qualities is given by Krishna. Organizational skills are given by Krishna and Guru. And definitely we know of how organized Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was in his life. And we know how organized every one of our devotees were. And one of the prime examples of organized way of living for us who can relate to Srila Prabhupada, yes, he was a Grahastha. And while he was a Grahastha, he did do quite a bit in Krishna consciousness in the early stages. But later, he was a sannyasi and he spent his full time organizing and traveling around the world at his ripened age. But if you take even the example of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, many of us who are Grahasthas will be able to relate more closely to Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's life. And Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, what did he do? He was working. And I was looking at the time schedule of what his day was. His day's time schedule started from the previous day. As I was telling you, you should start from when you sleep. He used to go to bed, but after 2-3 hours, he'll wake up and start writing the scriptures. Then he'll have a quick nap. He'll go back to writing his scriptures. Then he'll do his personal sadhana. And by 10 o'clock, he'll go to office, come back home, have lunch, quickly go back and do some other service. By 6-7 o'clock, he's eaten. And from that time, he's always in service of Krishna. So he also had a big family. He had so many children. He was traveling and he was being posted here and there. And he did the human service of finding out about the appearance place of Gauranga, established so many things. He wrote books. He was prolific in writing books and songs and, whatnot, Kavita, and so much of scriptures. All the beautiful songs we think today are all contribution of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And he also gave necessary attention to his own children in spite of doing government service. Maybe wearing a pant and a shirt and going to the office, and a suit and going to office sometimes. He spent enough time with scriptures. He spent enough time with his family. He spent enough time with his children. And he gave us the real Simha Guru as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And it doesn't come from the father not giving any time and attention. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur from his childhood was such a wonderful servant. And that is the source of this Gaudiya movement. The entire Gaudiya Parampara is now holding on because of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And who he was one of the Grahastha devotees employed by the government. So let us not say excuse that, oh, Prabhu, I am employed, so I don't have time. Many people look at me and say, oh, Prabhu, I don't know how you manage. You're working and you're also doing service. You're doing so many things. Yes, we all have multiple hats to wear. But Bhakti Vinod Thakur set us an example as to how we can organize our lives. And I think we have to learn from these great acharyas. And the purpose is Krishna gives us intelligence. So let us just say, oh, Krishna, please let me know how I can surrender unto you. And use all your resources and abilities and capabilities in serving Krishna. I see many exalted personalities here. From GEV, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, and then I see Radha Kunda Prabhu also. Now I don't recognize him there, I think, and I see many others in the forum. And I only saw him with his big beard in the past. He was like Bhakti Vinod Thakur when I saw him before. So I would like to hear from you. Any comments, any questions, please let me know. I just thought we should make this particular comment. It's a very important aspect of how to organize our lives. Over to you, Prabhu. Any comments, any questions, any instructions, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful session, and Mataji. It was like you are the sun and everything for us who took throughout the Krishna consciousness life, the seeds which are germinated and now trying to fructify in a very, very, very tiny manner. I would request if any comments from His Grace Radhakund Prabhuji and His Grace Anant Raghav Prabhu. Over to you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Srivallabh Prabhu.
Hare
Can you hear
Krishna,
me?
Prabhu. Dandat pranam to you.
Srivallabh Prabhu and Sitacharu Mataji, my obeisances. It's a pleasure hearing from you and seeing you virtually after a long, long time. And thank you so much for your exemplary, of course, the class and your example of working and doing so much for Dubai and the world of ISKCON. So very, very grateful. And of course, wonderful bhajan in the beginning, and then wonderful class by Mataji and wonderful examples you gave. So very grateful to you, and thank you for your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anant Raghav Prabhu. Dandat pranam to you. We fondly remember you from the GEV, and thank you for all your hospitality.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Srivallabh Prabhu,
Hare Krishna.
and Sitacharu Mataji. Thank you very much for the wonderful class, and thank you for guidance. So this is what we needed it very badly here. That how a grahastha should lead their life. So you have set an example, and also how your father has served when there was nothing there, and how he started preaching. So he is a tree and you are one of the fruits, and how you are spreading that Krishna consciousness out there. Yes, now you have got that helping hands, but before, how you are, individual, like what Prabhupada did in America, you have done that in Dubai. So
by the mercy of Guru. Yes.
Definitely. And you have that special place in your Guru's heart also. So whatever, Jayapataka, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, whenever he needed you to help him in certain projects, certain places, he always remembers you first. Like, where is my Srivallabh Prabhu? So this is like, have that special place in his heart. So very nice. And yes, and your services have been such, sometimes it is tough, but when you are tough, then the tough gets going also. So you have done a lot of different kinds of services, and sometimes yes, people do complain that he's very strict and everything like that. But if you don't remain strict, then always things later fall apart. So holding them together, that strictness definitely helps. And also, not only you, your other family members also. I mean, when I came to Dubai and met your sons, and they are actually following your footsteps as the way you have been following your father's footsteps. So it is the family parampara that is going on, and nice to see that.
No, we have a large family. We have a large family. We have a lot of people.
Everybody is Krishna
working together.
So it's so wonderful to see all the family coming together for practicing Krishna consciousness. That is one of the rarest things that you can see. I mean, just family coming together, but then there is always some kind of things, fights, this, that going on. But when all the family members come together for Krishna consciousness, the mood is totally different. And So thank you very much, and also for encouraging all our community members. So we said that this class, one of these classes, like once in a month, we have this English class in our Konkani session, so that we have like exalted devotees like you, and also like we had Jayapataka Maharaj also here to address us. Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj came, Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj came, Radha Gopinath Prabhu came. So we had all these devotees come and address us, so that we also see examples in front of us, so that when they can do it, why not we also, So thank you very much for guiding us. Yes, and as you have been working with the Emirates, so all the time management thing, it's such a nice thing that you have told us, that how one has to manage the time. So particularly, I like more of Sitacharu Mataji talking about, yes, and as you also told, that the day begins from our night, So thank you, Mataji, for guiding us. And yes, and being a yoga teacher, you are following that nice example of, starting your day from 9:30 in the night. So that is one of the toughest things for all of us. But still, yes, we would, I think everybody should be inspired to do that. 9:30 should be the cutoff time of leaving. Actually, it should be 9 o'clock, and then you just give up everything, and 9:30 you just hit the bed, So thank you very much for for guiding us, and I'm very grateful that Muralidhar Charan Prabhu arranged to you all to speak to our community members who must be really inspired by your talks, and they would start following in their personal lives also. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Radhakund Prabhuji. Actually, for the information of all, it was His Grace Srivallabh Prabhuji who introduced me to His Grace Radhakund Prabhu. So you can see the connection, how it happens for the community. When Radhakund Prabhu was here at Kirtan Mela in 2018 or 19, and that was how I happened to know that Radhakund is from our community and got connected. His Grace Buridha Krishna Prabhu is there. He's from Bahrain, Balram
Hare
Desh.
Krishna, Buridha Prabhu.
That is Sushmita Saki Mataji and Buridha Krishna Prabhu, both husband and wife from Balram Desh.
Thank you. I think we need to ramp up and move on to have so many more people from all of the other deshas also joining. I'm sure we are still missing out on many. I think there has to be a constant campaign that we have so that even people are connected by languages. And thank you. It's a wonderful service.
We have Viprasudama Prabhu and also Shashwati Gandharvika Mataji, whom I mentioned, who took the initiation last year from Param Pujya Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. She's from Bangalore. Surat Madhav Prabhuji is also there, who has joined from Goa.
Whole time. Old time Damodar Desh devotee. I haven't seen him for a long time. Hare Krishna.
So if anyone has any questions, you are welcome. Srivallabh Prabhuji, if you can take one or two, is it okay?
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, please raise your hands, or we will unmute you so that you can.
You can unmute everybody if you want, and whoever wants to ask, you're most welcome.
Any questions from anyone?
We are all gearing up for Damodar, for the month of Kartik. So looking forward to all of you reaching out to so many houses, and I think attracting more Konkani speaking devotees into the forum with each of such outreaches that we do. So we'll also keep in mind, if we know any other Konkani, we'll connect on to your wonderful association here. Thank you very, very much. Any other comments, questions, please do.
Any questions on any topics? You can either put in the chat box or you can unmute yourself, and unmute is better, I believe. Prabhuji, I think almost all have absorbed what you had mentioned on the organization skill. We are very, very, very thankful in your very busy schedule that you have come for a very small congregation.
Not at all. Thank you for giving me a great opportunity. It gave me pleasure to also see so many of you, including Anantarago Prabhu and Radhakund Prabhu there, and Radhika, my dear friend, Hare Krishna, and so many other devotees. And I have to tell you that Mataji, I think Ashwini Kamath, she sang amazingly well, with no instruments, just a song. Quality of her voice was amazing. Just imagine if you added to wonderful music that is supported for her. Thank you very, very much. It was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji. It was very, very great opportunity for us to hear from you and all the devotees who have gathered here. With your permission, we will continue with the session, and His Grace Viprasudama Prabhu will give a summary in Konkani to all of them, so for their benefit.
I'll stay for a minute or two to hear the Konkani, and then I will leave if that's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Over to you, Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Kripa sindhu kevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I thought, Prabhuji, you leave to the Vanchakalpata now for the translation starts.
हरे कृष्णा. Srivallabh Prabhu kani Sitacharu Mataji ka धन्यवाद इतले छान कोण सांगील खातीर आणि एक 5 मिनिट भितर तांणी सांगील एक मेन पॉइंट्स समराइज करू प्रयत्न करता. सुरे सीताचारू माताजी तांणी उलयली ती तांणी सुरे एग्जांपल दिले आणि ते भक्ती विनोद ठाकूर भजन तांणी सांगिल्लें ताजी तांणी अनुवाद करून दाखयलें की कशी तुम्ही संन्यासी असो ती गृहस्थ असो ती और खंयच्याय म्हणल्यार खंयच्याय परिस्थितींत आसूं जिवनांत देवाले सुरे पॉइंट आशिल्लें की देवा विसरू नका ती म्हूण दोन्ही विशय सांगीन म्हळ्यार परिस्थितींत सुख दुःख दोन्ही येता जाल्यार देवान नामस्मरण करचें विसरू नका ती म्हूण मागीर तांणी सांगलें नामस्मरण कित्याक करता जाल्यार की पुरा जनाल्या जिवनांत तूं कश्ट येताची खंडिताची त्या सुरे पॉइंट आशिल्लें आनी दोन्हीच पॉइंट म्हळ्यार हे मनुष्य जावन आशिल्लें जिवनांत तूं केन्ना कसन जगता म्हूण सांगू जायच ना ताजे खातीर आमी देवाल नामस्मरण करचें केन्नाय विसरू नजे म्हूण आनी देवाल नामस्मरण नाम मधुर असं म्हूण सांगिल्लें देवाल नाम आनी ते हरे कृष्णा मंत्र आनीकय मधुर जाला म्हळ्यार चैतन्य महाप्रभून देव जावनूच इथं येवन आमकां दिल्लें आसा ताजे खातीर ताजें आनीकय मधुर जाल्लें आसा म्हूण आनी ताजे खातीर तें एकदम मधुर आसा स्पेशल म्हूण तांणी सांगलें आनी ह्या मनुष्य जिवनांतूच हें कोर येता ती आमगेल्या चेतना शक्ती आसा तें मना वरचीत आसलें म्हूण ताका आमी हें आमकां मेळिल्लो मनुष्य जिवनाचो अवसर केन्नाय सोडून दिवचें नजे म्हूण मागीर तांणी दोन्ही पॉइंट एक सान काणी सांगली आमकां एक सान एक ब्राह्मण आशिल्लो तो कशी भगवद्गीता वाचूचे खातीर म्हाका डिस्टर्बन्स नाका म्हूण रान्ना चमकलो मागीर मुखार परिस्थिती लेखार ताणें पुरा अरेंजमेंट करचें ट्राय केलें की हें गाय हाडली कशें करून हाडलें जाल्यार लास्ट तारी वाडीक वयकून घेतली ताका आमी तांणी एग्जाम्पल दिल्लें की कॉम्प्लिकेटेड जावचें साध्य आसा जाल्यार कसन मना व्हरका म्हूण सांगिल्लें आनी स्पेशली तांणी आमकां सांगलें की ग्रस्त जावन जिवनांत तूं मस्त सकड कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी येवचें पुरो जाल्यार व्हड विशय म्हळ्यार पुरा परिवारान प्रितीपूर्वक जावन म्हळ्यार परस्पर प्रीती दवरून देवाल सेवा केन्ना ओट्टू करचें पडटा ताजें की ना व्हड विशय ना म्हूण आनी भागवतमान तुला एक पॉइंट सांगलें की नारदान युधिष्ठीर महाराजाक सांगिल्लें की प्रिती नासून केन्ना देवाल सेवा केल्यार आनी भक्ताल संघ आमकां आसल्यार एक टीम वर्क करून चांग रुपार जीवन करूं येता म्हूण आनी तांणी एक सांगले विशय म्हळ्यार आदर्श एक ग्रस्त जीवन करूं येता गुरुलें आज्ञा पालन करून जगतरी म्हूण आनी प्रॅक्टिकल लेखार तांणी सांगलें की एटलिस्ट वन्स अ वीक फॅमिलीन ओट्टू मेळून ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ टायम दिवन देवाल सेवा ओट्टू करता तो एक व्हड विशय म्हूण तांणी सांगलें मागीर ताणें एक विंगड गायडींग पॉयंट दिलें म्हळ्यार आमी खंयच्या प्रोफेशनान तशें पुरो बिझनेस अशें पुरो आमी आमगेले संसार चलोवचे कशें करचे अशें पुरो जाल्यार तांतू आमी मना व्हरता की कितले टायम दिवका ताजे की ना चड टायम दिवं न्हू देवाल विशय करूं टायम ना तशी जावचें नज ऑफकोर्स तांणी सांगलें मना व्हरता की खंयचे देश काल परिस्थिती लेखारी चिके विंगड विंगड रुल्स जावं विंगड विंगड चिके जीवनशैली अशें पुरो जाल्यार एक शिस्त आसल्यारी व्हड विशय सांग म्हूण स्पेशली ताणें एक पॉयंट दिलें की एक सेगमेंट ऑफ द डे स्पेशली मॉर्निंग और खंयचे आमी एक देवाल विशय देवाल नामस्मरण जप करचे खातीर एक नियमीत रुपार केल्यार एक व्हड विशय म्हूण हें सिताचारू महाराज माताजीन पॉयंट्स आशिल्ले मागीर सेकंड पार्टान तूं प्रभुजीन टेक ओवर केल्लें आनी तांणी तें पॉयंट कॅरी फॉरवर्ड केलें की टायमींग हेल्थ मॅनेजमेंट व्हड विशय आनी ते कसन तांणी दामोदर देशांत तूं कशी एक दुबईन तांणी चांग रुपारी ताजे विशय तांणी सांगिल्लो म्हूण तांणी दाखयलें आनी तांणी प्रभुपाद स्वामीलें एग्जाम्पल दिलें की तांणी इतले देशा वता आशिल्लीं ती आमी एक देशा दुकान आनीक देशा वता जेट लॅग जाता अशी म्हणून जाल्यार प्रभुपाद स्वामी खंय जाल्यार तांगेले तें कसं एक नियम आशिल्लो सकाळीं उठून मॉर्निंग वॉक करचें जप करचें आनी तांगेलें तें पुस्तक बरोवचें तें खंय जाल्यार करता आशिल्लीं म्हणून आनी तेका ऑर्गनायझिंगा खातीर तांणी एक एग्जाम्पल दिलें की खंयचें एक पक्कने एक आयदनांत तूं व्हड फातोरू सांड फातोर आनी माती असल्यार घालका म्हूण जाल्यार सुरे सांड फातोर आनी माती गेल्यार व्हड फातर घालचे जाग अशें आसना म्हूण मात सुरे व्हड फातर घाल न्हू मागीर सांड फातर आनी माती गेल्यार ते पुरा ते आयदना भितर बसतले म्हूण ताका तांणी सांगलें आमगे जिवनांत तूं व्हड फातर कसो तो मुख्य म्हळ्यार की तांणी सांगलें देवाल नामस्मरण शास्त्र वाचूचें आनी हें पुरा आमी सुरय केल्यार बाकी पुरा विशय म्हळ्यार आमगेले ऑफिसाचे हें पुरा एक जागेर मेन एक चांग बॅलन्स येतलें म्हूण आनी तांणी सांगलें कशी आमी भक्ती स्विकार करता जिवनांत आमी खंयचे एक लिडरशीप पोजिशन अशेंच ना ती की आमी व्हड लिडर जाल्यार खंयचेच येता आमी एक मुखारसून देवाल सेव करचें कसं करूं तयार आसूं का ते करूं तयार आसता ती म्हूण त्या लेखारी जाल्यार भक्तींत मुखारसून येवचें म्हळ्यार तांणी सांगलें की कसं एक कंट्रोल और विंगड जनाक सांगचें अशी करता तशी करता म्हूण न्हय तांणी सांगिल्ली ती भावन म्हळ्यार दासानुदास सर्वंट लिडरशीप म्हूण तांणी सांगलें की आमी कसं भक्तींत मुखारसून येवन कसं कार्य करूं वताना आमगेली भावन अशी आसना की आमी कोणाक सांगता ती अशी करया तशी करया आमगे लिडरशीप दाखोवचे खातीर जाल्यार पुरा जनाल एक परस्पर जावन कोऑपरेट जावन कशी आमी चांग रुपारी सेव करूं येता तें एक मना व्हरता म्हूण सांगलें आनी तांणी सांगलें की भगवत गीता श्रीमद भागवतम वाजिल्यार तांतूं कसं जावका ते पुरा ट्रेनिंगा विशय आसा पळय कशें जीवन करता पुरा विशय आसा जाल्यार आमी विंगड इतर सकल विशय आमी आमगे प्रोफेशनल लायफा देखून और बिझनेसा देखून शिकल्यार त्या स्किल्स वय आमी देवाल सेवेन तूं यूज करूं येता म्हूण सांगिल्लें मागीर तांणी एक सांगलें की आमी केन्ना एक सतर्क आसूं का आमगे जिवनाची टेम्पररीनेस म्हळ्यार हें जीवन अशाश्वत आसा म्हणून तांणी एक मना व्हरता म्हूण तांणी सांगिल्लें आनी तें मना व्हरतना तांणी आपाच प्रभुपाद स्वामील एग्जाम्पल दिलें की कशी तांणी एकल्यानाची ते सगळे त्या कृष्ण भावनामृत संघ स्थापन करून सगळ्या विश्वान तांणी हाचो प्रचार केल्लो म्हूण तांणी एकले जावन तांणी पुरा एक एक विशय पुरा जनाक तांणी शिकयले वाजूच कशी पूज कशी करचें नामस्मरण कशी करचें ते पुरा तांणी दाखयलें आनी तांणी एक टायमिंगा वयर अपासीक विशय की एक भारी व्हड इम्पॉर्टंट विशय म्हूण आनी तांणी भागवतमाचे एक श्लोक सांगून दिल्लो की कशी भागवतमांत एक श्लोक आसा एवरी टायम म्हळ्यार सदां सांजवेळ सुर्यास्त जाताना आमगेल मनुष्य जिवनाचे एक दिवस उणी जाता ताका एक टायम मन आवरता म्हळ्यार उत्तम श्लोक वार्तया म्हूण म्हळ्यार देवाल नामस्मरण करचें आमी विसरूं नजया म्हूण आनी केन्ना आमगेले प्रचार वाडता वतलो तेन्ना टीम वर्क डेलिगेशन हें पुरो इम्पॉर्टंट आनी पुरा जनान एक भावना एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी घेवपाक कसं पूण एक सर्वीस करचे खातीर आनी ताजेन आमी हें देवाल्या सेवेन तूं कनेक्ट जावन हे भक्तीचो भाग घेवं येता म्हूण सांगिल्लें आनी आपास तांणी त्या टायम मॅनेजमेंट आनी ऑर्गनायझींग एबिलिटी विशय उलयतना तांणी मुरलीधर चरण प्रभुलें एग्जाम्पल दिल्लें की तांणी कितली चांग रुपारी ऑर्गनायज जावन कशी एक एग्जाम्पल सेट करता आसत पुरा जना खातीर ऑल्दो तांणी स्वयं राधाकृष्ण प्रभून सांगल्या म्हणजे तांणी स्वयं एक एग्जाम्पल आसा ती पुरा जना खातीर की कशी तांणी लायफ ऑर्गनायज केला आयज टॉपिका रिलेटेड आनी तांणी सांगलें की पुरा जेन्ना बायल मनीस आसा दादलो मनीस आसा आमगेले हातूंत ते पौरुश आसा एबिलिटी आसा ते चांग रुपारी यूज करता आनी तांणी कंक्लूड करतना प्रभुपाद स्वामी आनी स्पेशली भक्ती विनोद ठाकूरान एग्जाम्पल घेतलें की भक्ती विनोद ठाकूर तांणी स्वयं ग्रस्त आशिल्ली आनी तांगेलें एक व्हड पोजिशन आशिल्लें जज आशिल्लें म्हळ्यार तांगेली एक भारी एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी गव्हर्नमेंट पोस्ट आशिल्ली त्या टायमार जाल्यार ते आसूनय तांणी चांग रुपार फॅमिली बाय मॅनेज केलें इतले सकट ग्रंथ बरयले की आमकां एक लायफांत वचूचें जायना आनी तांगेल निमित्त हे सगळे मुखार सून भक्ती सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकूर आनी प्रभुपाद स्वामी तांगेल दयेन एक ग्रहस्थ आशिल्ले तांणी एक प्रकारार जीवन केलेलें ताजे परिणाम स्वरूप तांगेल आशिर्वादान आज इतलें व्हड जालां हें आंदोलन म्हणून सो आमी देवाला प्रार्थना केल्यार तांणी सांगलें देव खंडीत आमकां बुद्धी दितलो कशी मुखार सून वचपाक म्हणून हे संक्षिप्त रुपार हें सांगिल्लें चूक असलें क्षमापण करूं हरे कृष्ण मुरलीधर
हरे कृष्णा धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभुजी बारी लायक कोण तुम्ही संक्षेपान सांगितलं सर आयचे स्पीकर्सान सांगितलं मस्त धन्यवाद तुमका विप्रसुदामा प्रभुजी थैंक्स टू हिज ग्रेस राधाकुंड प्रभुजी and हिज ग्रेस अनंत राघव प्रभु पूरा बांधवातानी जॉइन जेला लेका आयचे सेशन नांतू आमगेले एक आशेशील की आमगेले स्पिरिच्युअल टीचर कशी आमकां कृष्ण भावना अमृतांत हाडलेले तांगेल मुखारविंदातून आयकुचें राधाकुंड प्रभुजीन हाजे फुडें सांगिल्लें आसा जाल्यार आमकां डेट मेळ्ळी नाशिल्लें ऑल ऑफ अ सडन ह्या म्हयन्याच्यान तूं डेट मेळ्ळेलें आशिल्लें तशी तांगेल मुखारविंदातून आज आयकुचें एक अवसर मेळ्ळेलो आसा तुम्ही पूरा येवन जॉइन जाले लेका मस्त मस्त धन्यवाद थैंक यू वेरी मच प्रभु नेक्स्ट सेशनाचे अनाउन्समेंट आतां उपास करता आसा हांव की the 10 offenses the separate to holy name start jalala sa first session first speaker amgela edraka sachata isres anant raghav prabhuji tanni somara ji session divche vata sachi ten tangel mukaravindat gunu offenses to holy name chant kartal pura tanka very important javanashile topic the first offense tangela mukaravindat gunu aikucheka monday join jav kamono request करता असा मंडे 8:30 to 9:30 इंडिया टाइम अंतु ऑफेंस नंबर 1 पद्मा पुराणा वेस्ट जावनो आशिल्ले केदनाय आमी जप कोर्स फुडें सांगचे ऑफेंस आसा आयकू का म्हणून सांग पुरा जनाले राधाकुंड प्रभुजीला आणि अनंत राघव प्रभुजी परमिशन पुरा जनाल परमिशन म्हणजेलेरी या नरसिंह प्रणाम सांगोनो आयच्या सेशनाक विराम दिली
उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं विष्णुं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं श्रीनरसिंहाय जय नरसिंहाय जय जय नरसिंहादेव प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मामुखा पद्मभृङ्गा नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लाद लाददायिने धन्याकाशी पुरुषः चिलतङ्कानकालाय ओ नरसिंह मरतो नरसिंह यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह कहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमलवरे अद्भुत श्रृंगारिका हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा अभद्रता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे दया नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव दया नरसिंहदेव जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज जय प्रह्लाद महाराज भक्त विघ्ननाश नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त महाराज की जय पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय
श्रीला प्रभुपाद की
जय
हरे